Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be talking about something that you can relate with. Yes. So the topic we're going to be talking about today is fear of commitment. Fear of commitment. So we're looking at, though I know that you are already thinking, is it dating? Which kind of commitment? We're talking about relationship, right? First of all, let's go like this. What do you think of commitment? We'll talk about commitment, relationship, committed relationship.
It's your emphasis for me.
I'm telling you, she's so keen on that commitment.
Yes,
So as regards relationship, commitments, I would say it's a personal resolve to dedicate yourself to someone, to be in a relationship with someone, to achieve, a stronger bond, and something that involves an investment of time, emotions, trust, energy, and resources. Yeah. So for me, that's commitment.
Okay, what do you think of commitment?
Commitment is an action word. That's it first.
Okay.
It's your action speaking, and you telling yourself, okay, this person, I'm going to do things that will put the person first. You're putting the person first in everything you're doing. It's selflessness in I think that should be like the synonym of selflessness anyway. It's you telling the person, oh, okay, no matter what, I'm here. Ride or die, whatever it is, and you have to be sure of the person because it takes two to
You're already
tango.
going deep.
True.
It
Exactly.
takes let's go deeper now.
Let's go with definition.
It takes two to tango, so it's not something you just say. You do it. It's something you do. So yeah, that's commitment
Make up
for
your
me.
mind to
Yes,
do.
make up your mind. You have to be able to make up your mind.
Okay, yes, that works. The definition like works because right, commitment is something that like you make up your mind.
Yeah,
It's not something you
you
just
have
say
to.
carelessly.
Yeah,
And that's why
yes,
it's a
yes.
personal resolve.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
decision you take. Yes.
It's an action word, personal resolve, obligation, engagement, but like you've given yourself that I'm doing this and I'm doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not
I mean,
one leg in, one leg out.
No. You are not
And
a
every day you're
double-minded
yes,
man.
and every day
Yes.
you're asking, what are we? No, you know what you
What
are.
are
Yes, I mean, it's
committed
yes.
relationship, you know what
What
you
are
are.
we?
It's
Yes.
not the type
Not
of
what are we.
asking, what are we?
What are we going
Next
to be
tomorrow
doing in the
again,
next 2 years?
what are we again? Every day, what are we? What are we next to finish?
Yes.
So that is commitment. So that is what we're going to be talking about. So when we talk about commitment and fear of commitment, there are actually some people out there that are living this kind of fear, like to give themselves to someone, to totally just say, okay, I want to commit to you. It's not like something is just holding them back. Anyway, as we unravel the whole mystery, you know what's holding them back. So, but before we go deep, I just want to ask, okay, when we talk about commitment, you know that some people that are dating, but they're not in a committed relationship.
Of course.
Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. It's happening.
Do
Yeah,
you agree with that?
yeah.
Yeah, some people are actually dating or doing something. There's also an episode I did situationship. They're just doing something, but
I had to go like that word. it's just
Situation.
yes, it's a namesake for
Relationship.
we don't know what we are doing, but we are doing it. Yes.
Situation.
Yes.
You don't know what you're doing, but you know you are doing
something. Yeah.
But
But
you can't really tell.
just
like,
let's
if
give
they
it a
ask
term.
you, what is happening? Be like, I
It's not
don't know.
defined.
Just say situation.
Just they do something sharp, but don't really get name,
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
So when we talked about that episode, like we're really making it out clear that some people are in that kind of relationship.
Of course,
They
yes.
are not committed.
Yes.
So meaning they're doing something, but the partner cannot really ask and say, why are you doing this? Because why?
There's
Hello,
no commitment.
both of us are not
Yeah.
into anything. What are we?
Sure.
Why are you asking me that? You get?
Yes.
So some of these people is because they want to play,
Sure.
and that is wrong. But some of these people is because something is holding them back. They are very skeptical about putting themselves into that shoe. So that's what we're going to be analyzing. But before then, I want to ask, how committed should one be in a relationship? Like we're not married, or like yes, we're just dating. How committed do you think one should be? Should I be totally committed, or since we're just checking out ourselves in dating?
Okay, so somebody said something to me one time, I think last month now. Last month or last 2 months anyway. The person said, if I am in a relationship, I do not like to put all my eggs in one basket.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, why? He said, if the basket leaves your hand and breaks, what do you do then? And so I said, okay, so what do you call that? He said, this is me having choices. And I said, in a relationship where you know what you want and you guys, because I mean, I don't know about any other person, but to me, for me to be in a relationship with you, I have to be able to love you to that extent, right? Because I don't see relationship as waste of time to me though. So if I'm in a relationship with you, it has to be meaningful, it has to be purposeful, because I think not being purposeful is, if you're wasting your time, what's not the use? Could just be friends. I mean, so if you want to be, let me grade it. 1 to 10. I'm not going to. I promise not to use any physiotherapy word here. So let's grade it 1 to 10. If you are in a relationship, please be committed. Be fully there. Be fully there.
Like
Both
10 over
sexes. 10 over 10.
Okay.
If there's no need, come out for there. That's me. That's it. That's why I don't approve on friends with benefits, because there's no commitment there. It means you can go outside. I can go outside. There's no need. Some people say, "Oh, relationship is not married. You're single until married." I don't agree with that. I do not. So 10 over 10 commitment for me.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it's actually the same thing. I think the part where she was saying some persons, they don't want to put eggs in one basket because they've not gotten to that final resolve. Before you talk about commitment, you should have been sure that this is the person that you want to do something with. It's not somebody, like you said, friends with benefits.
Yes.
Somebody that you've come to, you've gotten your assurance, your convictions, and then you now decide to be in a relationship with that person. Your commitment should be 100%. You understand? Because people are looking at getting into marriage. That's somebody you spend the rest of your life with. So you would want to.
Okay, can I say something? You said we're looking at getting into marriage. Some people are dating, they're not looking at getting
That's
into
when the
marriage.
commitment thing comes
That's
in.
absolutely wrong.
I mean,
That's absolutely wrong. Because
define it.
If you are going into marriage with somebody and you're in a relationship, you should be committed to growth, committed to your emotional bonding, your reasoning, your resources. Don't say the only reason why somebody would have half mind in that kind of relationship is because the person doesn't really trust, the person has not gotten his conviction, the person has other options. So otherwise, if you have your convictions right, you've resolved in your heart that you want to go into a relationship, your commitment should be 100%. You should want to build your partner together, right? And that will require time, your resources, your energy, and trust too.
Yes.
And
yes.
trust.
So you cannot put all these
Rema.
things together.
Just to add to that,
Another
I
thing.
feel like if you want to date somebody, you should not date who you can't marry.
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I know some persons who just be like, okay, let me not just be lonely. Let me just do this. Right?
They okay.
You can go on.
They call marriage an institution. So it's like somebody getting admission and say he wants to just come and test you in the bin. You have an end goal that you want to graduate.
Yes.
So before joining that kind of stuff, you should have made up
Something
your
you
mind
have
that
sat down,
yes,
thought about.
Yes.
I want to get married with this
Yes.
person.
And then you people should also understand that this marriage institution, you know, they graduate. You don't graduate from it, so you have to be sure.
I've gone to a couple of weddings where they give them certificates.
Yes.
That's at the beginning because they said there's no end. So they give the certificate.
Of
at the
course.
beginning.
Yes. Let's just so you can just know now that
So it's a school where you are giving certificates.
but you don't graduate.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay, so being in a relationship, it has to be a 10 over 10 commitment.
Period. Yeah. You said 100 over 100.
Something came to my mind though
Okay.
when that question, commitment to what extent. So the thing is, in committing yourself to someone, there could be some exceptions. What I mean is that the only place where you should place a kind of warning sign is when your commitment to that person is affecting your relationship with God or your personal growth.
Okay.
For instance, you could find that your gradual bonding up commitment to another person is making you less of yourself, less of your relationship with God. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
So the extent to which we can commit to that person is to the extent we're putting our relationship with God in that line.
Yes.
We're putting our personal development in that line.
Yes.
I shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody and then I'm finding myself, my commitment to you is making me draw back. That's a red flag. That's another extent to which we should term our commitments.
Yes.
You understand? And then on that thing is losing your dignity. And what I mean is that I've found some ladies in the sense of commitment. They come to stay with the guy. You never marry, but you're already cooking, washing clothes.
Pounding yam.
Yeah, so another extent of this commitment is your self-respect and dignity. You shouldn't
Yes.
say, okay, 100% commitment. That's what they said in Diptinker
Diary
Diary Podcast.
Podcast. Now, let me
So-
pack and go.
Guys.
So you should put,
Oh my
you should
God.
put into consideration your self-respect and
Yes.
dignity. It's not for you to say, because this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life, let me just start washing his clothes now.
Let me
just start
prove that I'm
cooking.
a wife material.
Aha.
100 yards.
So the 10/10 is like the commitment towards your growth, your bonding,
Yes.
your visions.
Yeah.
That's why it requires time, resources. There can be financial
Constraints,
sacrifices.
This, okay,
Yeah, there can be financial sacrifices. For instance, um, if I'm in a relationship with Daisy now,
Daisy.
she might want to do something, and she requires financial help. I should be able to give towards
Yeah,
that.
likewise. Yes.
Yes, you understand.
Yes,
So
yes,
yes.
that's it for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is how committed you should be,
Yeah.
right? But there was a time I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, we are speaking from, honestly, from your statement, it's obvious to the people that you are speaking from a very godly perspective. They said, don't date if you're not married. Many people out there are dating, and there's no marriage in view. So now they give themselves 100% to this guy or to this girl. At the end of the day, you hear that like it's not working out.
Yeah.
So
it
most
does
of them like
happen.
stay at home, like not like this, from one relationship to another, to another, to another,
You know,
like stuff like that.
I think if you want to save yourself a lot of heartbreaks, you shouldn't just be going into a relationship because you want to test waters. Especially for
Yes.
ladies too. Ladies should even be, let me not use the word more concerned, because
But I think it is
Yeah,
like I
actually,
always
yeah,
say that
because ladies
should
are
be
always
more
they always
concerned.
bear the brunt.
right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
although guys
Yes.
can get heartbreaks too, so but
They
the-
do, but the effect is not the same as the female part. Like,
When you talk about suicide, when it comes to heartbreaks in relationship, the statistics show that women always
always do more.
you will see woman will
True.
drink hypo because of
True.
man.
So for
So
me,
yeah.
to avoid all those happenings, you need to have that resolve that I'm going to a relationship for a particular purpose. The thing with this jump into a relationship is that some persons just seek some kind of
Validation.
unconscious companionship, especially
Yeah,
for ladies too.
yes, that's true.
Yes.
And you find cases where another person has maybe low self-esteem, and the person doesn't want to just really cross-check whether this is something solid. They just want somebody who would be by their side, walk with them to
Yeah.
classes, walk with them
Yes.
on the streets, hold their hands.
Yeah.
They just want companionship,
And someone to
that can
also
be a
give
trap.
them validation. Someone to
Validation.
validate
Yes.
them,
Yes.
validate their
So identity is a
decision.
thing here too.
Yes.
Yes.
Identity is a thing.
So I want to advise ladies when you talk about self-esteem. Self-esteem is a very vital thing, especially when it comes to this whole breaking and entering a relationship. Most times it's low self-esteem.
That causes that.
Because I know some people want to, I'm bored, I feel lonely because he's not here. I don't feel so beautiful enough. Can I even attract another good person? These are questions. Yes, these are questions that are always on ladies' minds, especially when they lose somebody or they feel like their world is crashing down. No, it's actually not. It's really not.
And I think on that thing is peer pressure.
Yes,
So,
that's true.
peer
Yes,
pressure.
yes.
Because you can find that maybe a lady is in the midst of other ladies, and then all of them have. She doesn't
The
have
same
any
thing
doesn't
applies to the
comparison.
guys too.
Yes.
Like
The
yes.
guys,
Like-
I really don't know about that, but I know about the ladies.
no, it applies to the guys. For instance, all his friends has a girlfriend. Only him is single. Like
It's true. It
They
works
don't-
like that ways.
yes,
Okay, from the men's
I've spoken
perspective.
to a guy that actually said that. He said that
Really?
like yes, all his guys had baby. You know that moment they're going out, everybody's
And he's
carrying
very,
it.
and he's
And
the
he's
bachelor,
really-
isn't there?
So sometimes he just go out like he just want to be with someone for that time.
Yes.
So
The truth is that
applies
everybody
to-
has this indwelt need to be
To be wanted.
loved,
Yes,
To
to
be
be
needed.
loved.
to
Yeah.
be
Yes,
needed. So
yes, that's
it can
true.
be it varies in persons. Some persons just really just reserved. Some persons just really loud. You understand? But it's always there.
Yes,
understand?
yes.
So that's
Oh,
it.
Actually, all these things they said is like on the positive side, peer pressure. There are also other factors that make people go into that. money,
Even
exactly for the
haste.
female.
Oh, yes.
Money, financial help.
You know,
like,
let me just put this lingua, agba bola. You know what that means?
But
Yes.
we should
That's
actually
another
note that,
reason.
however, and how, no matter how many the reasons, it will always
Yes.
lead to, it will lead to scars. It will lead to
Yes.
trauma.
If it's not done right.
Yes.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
it will lead to those things when the purpose is wrong.
Yeah, and
Yes.
since the intention from the beginning is already wrong, most times it's not always gotten right.
Mhm.
Some people
True.
end up, even if like they end up getting married, they end up enduring whatever
Enduring,
comes out of that
yes,
relationship.
yes,
For a
very,
lifetime.
yes. And we already
Yes.
Yeah.
mentioned earlier that you don't
Yeah.
graduate.
Yeah, you can imagine. Okay,
Yes.
since you're talking about what is it called, that getting into a relationship, he has to be the one leading to, it's leading somewhere,
Of course.
especially
Should be
married.
defined,
So
yes.
now, is it that there's not? So there should be a benchmark. Like, is it like age or something? Like, is there a benchmark of when we should get into this kind of relationship?
Okay.
Okay, honestly,
Okay.
you want to go first?
You can ladies first.
He's just being polite now. That's why he's on camera. Okay, so let me bring this in as medical student. So what I read, I read somewhere that there's an age limit to when your frontal lobe develops, mentally, for
Okay.
instance. So before you enter a relationship, I feel mental wise you should be developed because let me speak mentally first. You should be developed because there are some things that would occur. Relationship is not I buy you roses, I buy you chocolate, maybe you leak, all this kind of thing. No, it's work. Like he said before, it's work. It's time. If you don't have the patience, you can't do it. Same thing too for emotional growth. You have to be emotionally sound because there are some things that will occur. You say, is this the person I wanted to marry? You know, this kind of thing. You begin to question yourself. So when you're ready emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, money is involved. You cannot escape that one. The dealings must go on. So when you're already in all this phase that encompasses a total human.
Total human.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. I
You're
love
good.
that. A total human.
Yeah, you don't know who you're talking to.
Okay, okay. For me, there really is no you said benchmark. There really is no time frame. You must be so age before. The reason this is so is because every man's destiny differs.
Okay.
Now I found couples that marry very early.
How early?
Like
Yeah.
I'm heading somewhere.
Yeah,
though.
wait, how early?
How early?
Actually.
Like their early 20s, like 22, 21.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
know a couple like that.
Yeah, so I've seen that. So the thing is, there's no particular, although there's no particular age frame.
Yes. Okay.
But the but to that is, like teenagers and children.
Yes.
So the thing is,
And what to again is entering that early. Don't you have visions and goals for it?
Some people just want to be a Oga wife. I mean,
so
And some people actually got maybe their life early. They graduated from uni early. Like
how early to
think-
be 16 to graduate from uni?
No,
Exactly.
no.
So why you say they start their
No,
life early?
like I'm talking of someone that got married at the age of 22.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that works.
So what? Let me cite from a scripture.
Okay.
Mark 10:7. The scripture that Jesus was saying, he said, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, which is the
Okay.
woman."
Okay.
So this whole marriage thing, which is the end goal of relationship and commitment, right?
Yes.
Is for a man and a
And a
woman.
woman.
Yes.
Not a boy and a
Yes,
girl.
and
Yes.
to be a man, you have to be matured. You have to be stable
When you say
mentally.
matured, what is
Yes.
maturity?
Okay.
I was about to say that.
Matured in the sense of your mental capacity.
Okay.
Matured in age too.
Yes.
Yes.
Age is a factor.
Yes. of
As much
course.
as we want to, say it's not
Say
about
it's not age is just a
whatever.
number. No.
Age is also a factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
it is.
Because you cannot, no matter how matured a teenager would want to be, maybe like 15, I'd say this girl's so smart and matured. I've heard parents say that, "Oh, my daughter is very matured," but you find out that child still has a deep level of dependency on the parents.
Yes.
You understand? So maturity comes in age too. Maturity in sense of mental stability. They can manage things. Yeah? You find out that some of these persons that even do commit suicide is because, to an extent, their mental foundation is not so strong.
Okay.
You understand? So any shaking at all leads them to thinking otherwise.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Somebody who is matured and another person who has a lower maturity will respond to the same situation in different ways.
Yes,
You understand?
yes,
So
that's true.
there is need for mental
Maturity,
stability.
yeah.
You understand? So maturity also spiritually. In the sense that why this is very important is because of discernment.
Yes.
To make the right decisions.
Yes,
Because
yes.
let me cite something. I watched a movie recently, Power Couple.
Okay.
Very interesting. If you are listening, you have to watch that movie.
What he said.
Power Couple. So the movie was striking because they were both matured.
Okay.
They were both mental stable to an extent. But the lady had plans in her head. She wanted a minister of God, since she was a gospel minister.
okay.
Somebody to just, I'm giving spoilers. Anyway, somebody she just wanted. Two of them will be like the title of the movie is Power Couple.
Power Couple,
So
yes.
those kingdom
Kingdom marriages.
So in a normal setting, everything is right.
Yeah.
The guy has money. He's a popular man of God. You understand? She's a gospel minister. She's also popular.
Okay.
So, but eventually, when they got into marriage, man was very sweet and all. She found something very devastating. So, relationship and
Can you give the
commitment.
spoiler for that?
No, I'm not. I seriously learned a lot from the movie. It got me praying. Seriously. Because she had good intentions. It's not like some people that will say, I want this guy because he's just rich, he's handsome.
Yes.
He's tall.
Physical,
or she's
physical,
fair. Not those flimsy. She had a good reason.
So
If I can use the word, she had a godly reason to get into a relationship with that guy.
Yes.
But there was something missing. She did not discern. She did not dig deep to find out. So even if we are talking about maturity in age, the person needs money.
Yeah.
We should not. The very key thing there is spiritual maturity too. You understand? So we need to be able to know what God is saying about that person. Having this foresight with God will help you. Will save you a lot of heartbreaks. Will save you traumas. You understand? So the person has to be someone that is spiritually mature, someone that you people can pray together. The person can give you words for your life.
Wow.
Can speak.
It doesn't. When we're talking about spiritual maturity, for instance, I'm not talking about maybe the person looks like a prayer warrior.
No, there's always kabash every time.
Unfortunately, that view is even spoiling my eyes recently.
Why now?
Because I've seen really praying ladies with unfortunately bad characters. So you understand? When I'm saying spiritually mature, I'm not necessarily saying they are
Holy.
No, they're holy,
no.
but not
I'm not saying they
are looking churchy.
Yes, I'm not saying they are charisma in prayer. They are
Prayer
vigor in
leader.
prayer, which is good. But
Yeah, it's good.
spiritual maturity in the sense of a relationship with God. Right? Somebody who
Yeah.
loves God, somebody who will listen to God. For instance, in that relationship, there will be times where people will be offended.
Of course.
And what will make that person to easily look past something is because of love. And the person understands God.
Yes.
The Holy Spirit is able to prompt the person's heart. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, get to.
Very important. That's the key ingredient, my dear.
Honestly. So on top, that's the icing on the cake for financial maturity, emotional maturity, mental capacity, and all of that. We should have spiritual maturity.
Yeah. What do you call it? A complete human.
Complete
A
total human.
A total human.
Yes.
Spiritual maturity, financial stability.
I just remembered something. From that scripture, from Mark 10, verse 7, where it said, shall a man. So the person should be a man. So you should look at the person that you want to get into.
Not a girl, not a boy.
It's not boy and girl. It's not SS2 and
Man
SS3.
and woman.
Man and woman. Can this person show that deals?
Man and woman.
Can he show that emotions?
Yes.
Can he show that a lot
Is
of
it that
things?
when you now get pregnant and you not give birth, the man not run away?
And you
not
the
that.
girl too.
Yes.
How strong are you? Can you submit?
Yes.
Can you make sacrifices for the family?
Very important.
Very
So
important.
we're talking about a man and a woman. Proverbs 31, woman. Not girl.
Yeah.
Woman.
You heard that.
That's what they say.
Okay, that was a very good explanation on the benchmark. So you see, it's not about age, but like they said, age still is a factor.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say age is a number.
Oh, it's
See,
not just
medical record, they will put it age factors, causes of sickness, age factors, sort of it. So there are some age that can have some diseases, there are some age that cannot have it. So what I'm trying to say that age is still important. It's just that it should not be at the forefront.
Yes, it shouldn't be the
right? It
leading
shouldn't be
factor.
like okay, the most
Yes.
like after checking others, then you can come in. Like,
And please check your genotype.
That's a very stressful
Yes!
because I've found very
Yes,
tragic
please.
situations where
Oh, yes.
they've already gone far in love
Yeah.
and commitments.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they didn't even do that ever since, but it's fine.
because
Genotype, very
love
important.
blinds.
Yes. It's not just about commitment. If you're ASS, you can't get married.
Oh,
You cannot.
Don't say God will change my
Breathe.
treatment.
You won't change it.
No, don't say God to change.
You will not change it,
No,
please.
the thing is that it's not impossible for God to do that, but
No,
don't
we're not
do
saying that it's
that.
impossible.
Yes,
Because
knowingly.
test God, like,
Yes, don't do it
We're
knowingly.
not saying it's impossible.
Yes.
No, there's nothing impossible to God. But please
do it
don't
knowingly,
walk in
please.
like
He has
that.
given you the information.
yes, exactly.
Yes,
You
he
now
has.
know,
Yes,
so
you know.
guidance.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's now talk about the thing like what make people go into fear of commitment. What do you
Okay, I mean,
it doesn't have to be much, but like what is that thing you think is the most like at the front that makes people get scared of commitment?
let me see. I think if you say at the forefront
Mm-hmm.
and you say scared, most of the times it can be
Of fear, like
traumas.
traumas.
That is their past experiences from previous relationships. There are many points, but since you're saying
Yeah.
forefront,
Mm-hmm.
you can find somebody that's no, I don't want to enter a relationship. Sometimes it can not even be because of past experiences. It could be because of their backgrounds.
Okay.
Still part
So
of
one, they
experiences.
have past
Past
experiences,
experiences.
we have background, okay.
Yes. For instance, I found a guy who doesn't really, no, a lady who doesn't want to enter a relationship because of the parents, because of how the father treats the mother. So like, no, men, no, no, I don't want what my mother went through. No, I don't want to go through that.
Yes.
There are also cases where, um, let me use a guy now. He has this resolve that he doesn't want to do this relationship stuff again because what the last lady did to
In
him,
the past
he
relationship.
has
terrible.
he has not recovered.
Covered.
You understand? So in short, when people in that kind of situation, they are really afraid. They are afraid of getting hurt again.
Yeah.
You know, and so that alone is a trauma. So they don't want to do commitment. The thought of commitment is bringing a lot of bad memories for them. So another thing I would add is uncertainty.
Uncertainty, okay.
Yes, for instance, the person is not sure, is this person the one? Or is this person serious? Or you're having thought that, are you sure this person does not have another person?
Yeah.
Right? So when you're not sure, that uncertainty keeps you back. Like, I don't know if I should. Like that person that say, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. At least the person even put some eggs.
Yeah, the person did. The person did.
Some persons they
Uncertainty.
don't want to. So that uncertainty, like you don't want to, you don't know if this person is the one, or you don't know if this person is genuine. Like maybe person have another person in the backyard. Understand? If you people are three in these situations,
Three is a crowd, you know.
so uncertainty is there. Then I would say covetousness. That's what I was looking for that word.
Oh, I see.
Because I've seen where this appears more. No, it appears to both genders. You find where some persons don't want to commit. They don't want to go into a relationship because of, should I use greed? They want to taste.
Take from here, take from
They
here,
want to
take
have-
from here.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yes, they want to have
That's their
life.
favorite
So
one.
the thought of should I get serious relationship and get committed to one
One
person?
person.
Yes, yes.
When
Right.
I can get different benefit from different
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
that's a bad thing, a very, very bad thing. So one thing about love is that it's a choice. You get to now choose the person.
Yeah.
One guy said, I was watching a video where they were interviewing men. They said, finally, this will not stop. They will not stop appearing. So it's you. It's for you to
choose
now
one.
decide
The
and
beautiful
close your
ones
eyes.
are not yet born. So the meaning
Oh, they're already born, but it's small.
So that's it. Love is a
Okay.
choice. Commitment has to do that factor of love very strong for it to
Yes.
eventually now commit. Because you have said,
Absolutely.
I've seen everybody. I've
Yes.
seen a lot of persons. I know I will see more after you,
Yes.
but I
I
choose you.
Mm.
Right? So that's covetousness. Some persons want to just taste different plate. You understand? So I think from that's
What do
it.
you think?
Okay, to add to his trauma, yes, I
Mhm.
was going
No, not to
through.
my trauma.
Sorry,
So
the points
Yes.
of trauma. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay, so I was going through, I don't know, was it Instagram one day, and I saw something. A lady said she doesn't feel bad if she gets broken up with. Why? Because her father left her. So that changed her perspective on me. And she said, if my father could leave me, anybody can, you know. So that statement stems from deep trauma.
Yeah.
And that lady will be so scared of commitment.
True.
Like she would, even if she eventually decides to commit, it's only the grace of God that will help that it should not be short-lived.
Yeah.
So yes, trauma is a very big factor. I have a friend that told me once, he said he grew up seeing his dad beat his mom. Like there was a day he even had to shield his mom. So he had to take the beating. So he's scared
Some
of
men,
going into marriage because he's scared of doing that same thing. And I told him, I said, well, I don't know what to say, but that really hurts me that day. So all of those things, and then the uncertainty parts. Some men, I know they try. Some ladies too.
So yeah.
Yes, I'm not, because I'm a very realistic person. I like to. It's both sides.
Yeah.
Some ladies, I know they try too, because you see, person who gets car, you abandon the one you have. No, it's not. It's really not fair. It's not fair at all. When you see that, oh, this person is all in, why can't it's just simple? Just be all in for the person. Better to leave the person alone. Yes, save yourself the stress.
I think I just remembered.
Honestly, that's it for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, I remember something while she was talking.
Okay.
Like, I can relate more to it because I'm a guy.
Okay.
Commitment also has to do with what's the word, responsibility. So some persons they don't want to go into commitment. Maybe they might not have trauma, they might not have a bad past.
Yeah.
But when they think
Fear of
money,
responsibility.
relationship na money. So the
Yes.
fear of responsibility, I'm telling you, worry. So it can keep a lot of guys. We had a singles hangout in my church, and when they were talking, some guys like, me will never feed myself. Maybe I go enter a relationship.
But it's true now.
Eh,
Very true.
no, some guys, when
And
they
that's
speak
also
like
because
that,
of the female that demand. Some females are actually demanding.
Yes,
way too
please,
much.
I beg. If you cannot buy a spoke of a bicycle, don't put him on the pedestal to buy a car. Yet.
If you go on social media, you hear a lot of
Yes,
trash.
because
Some
your
people
friend is receiving real roses.
That it will be like,
I mean,
if it does not earn social amount, it does not earn 5
30
million,
million.
if it does not give you 2 million.
May go thief. Why?
Like setting unrealistic standards.
Yeah,
So
it's
because
really
of that,
unfair.
some guys become scared. Like,
Yeah.
if these are the girls in this generation,
I rather stay.
let me better stay.
Yes.
fear of
That's
responsibility.
just because it's getting too much. I also feel that another thing for ladies is big. For some ladies, fear of being boxed. Like, you know that some ladies that have this boss lady vibe.
Okay.
Like, apart from the vibe, it's like a personality to them. They have this high
True,
ego,
that's true.
almost turning to feminism or something.
Yes, and when you do that
So-
in this modern world, they tell you pick me.
So
I don't know where they got that word from.
those kind of people are
Pick
always
me
scared
easy.
to like get into a commitment because now you can call me and ask me where are you and I have to answer. Me
Wow.
that don't like answering to people. Like I'm giving an example. Me that I don't like being answerable to somebody. So you are angry, I have to apologize. Like a lot of things that
That's
are
very
demanding
true.
of
Yeah.
me.
Okay,
And I'm like, guys, see, I don't think I can do this thing.
I've
Let's
actually met
remain friends.
ladies. I've met ladies like that.
Oh yes,
So
Yeah.
that's also another thing. And
They just have, and it's sad because some of those parents that I find, I'm attracted to. Should I say that?
yes.
No,
Carry
wait.
on.
No. I'm attracted to
He's attracted, you guys.
generally
Okay.
to persons who are particular about their personal development, who are purposeful.
okay,
So some of those kind of ladies now, and that they look like they know how they are going about in life. They have their direction. They know what they want to do. They are so bold and stuff. That's for the few that I've encountered. Some of them. And I find out that this person is beyond that. So the person, like you said, is so bossy. You don't want to be submissive, and you know that one key factor in relationship is love and respect.
yeah.
So sorry, I think it was the submission. Sorry.
Love and submission.
Yes. So when
man loves.
yes, you now find that missing factor that she cannot she doesn't want to submit. You understand? She feels like that submission is slavery. You actually hear some days that I don't want to take nonsense from any man. Yeah?
Zero tolerance for rubbish.
I don't take nonsense from any man. And that's quite, it's a concern.
Okay. Rema, pardon me. I want to ask a few questions here.
Okay,
I'm now
fine.
the uncle.
It's okay.
So, tell me, what is submission in your word?
Tricky. Okay.
In his word.
Yes, in your own perspective.
Because so there's
No, I want to hear from him.
Okay, let's hear from you. That is true.
Okay, I'm not a hot seat. Okay.
Yes.
So submission is basically to apply humility, to trust someone. Humility and trust is part of submission because first of all, aside the fact that not aside, it's scriptural, it's God's commandment that the wife should be submissive to the husband. And what that means is that you will have to humble yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring yourself
lower
Yes.
than
Yeah.
and you have to trust too. Because you cannot really submit to somebody who you don't trust.
Yeah, so they will not
Yes.
trample on us.
Yes.
When I'm trying to lower myself, you just keep me.
Submission also has to do with choosing to agree with the person, choosing to have the same vision.
Okay.
Like Amos 3:3 says that can two work together except they agree. Yes.
Okay.
Submission is also unity of vision, unity of purpose.
Okay.
So when you find somebody who does not want to really unite with you, she has her own, which is good. A lady should also grow when she's
Yes,
in
of
a
course,
healthy
of course.
relationship. But at the point where she does not buy into your vision, she's not really being submissive. She wants to build her own mansion in your home, like she wants to have her own empire. Understand? So submission has to do with trust. It has to do with humility. It has to do with unity of vision.
Okay, so the reason why I asked him is because a lot of ladies feel like submission is come here, sit down, do this, do that. And so that's one a major
I
reason
think
why they are
because-
I think
scared.
that one
When
is
men,
respect too.
I think because when men side
Yes.
be submissive,
Be
is
sub-
because
you know?
they actually meaning.
Okay.
Yes.
When I say come, you
What they are-
come. When I
Because
say go, you go.
the reason another reason
What they
why
are pointing
I
at there
said
is
this
respect.
why I said this is there was a time somebody asked me out and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Let me just cite it as an example. The person said, "You're meant to submit. I'm meant to love you." And I asked him, "What do you mean by submission?" He said, "So if I call you today, you're meant to tell me where you went to." From the beginning to I'm like,
So me,
Wait,
they're asking
me.
you.
And he said, and he didn't live in Benin. It doesn't stay in Benin. So he was like, "You're meant to travel to come and see me." I'm like, okay.
See,
And I told him, I said, "It's like you don't know me."
so submission is not really slavery.
That's
It's
the
not
whole
really, it's not slavery.
idea.
But
That's
Sometimes
sometimes,
it's actually misinterpreted.
Yes.
now let me say
They
something.
They
do.
use it to
Oh yes.
submit. When you say submit,
Let me say something. There are some times where, for instance, I'm trying to highlight what some of them might mean when they say you have to be submissive. Sometimes they are pointing at respect. Sometimes the lady is disrespectful. She does not see the man maybe as
As the
the
head.
head. She wants to be head on all the decisions.
okay.
Sometimes submission has to do with you laying down your own opinions sometimes for peace or maybe
To
for the thing is respect is actually a key factor in submission. If the man is saying you say you're not submissive, it can be that check first. Sometimes like maybe the lady is shouting,
Yeah.
maybe she's not agreeing to anything the guy says, doesn't give regards to the man quickly say you're not submissive. You understand? And if you want to really capture the heart of a man, you have to be submissive. They are sensitive to respect. They are sensitive to respect.
Yeah, I
actually.
get that point.
But some of them over now.
Exactly, that's the point. That's the point. That's the point we're talking
But the
about.
funny thing is that it's a 218. I found ladies that they are very boss. They want to know where you are too. They want to tell you what to
Okay,
do.
I
okay.
think there's a way
It's-
you can want to know where the guy is in a lovely way that even the guy be willing to
Ladies, they are
tell
not
you.
doing the lovely way. They say, "Where are you? Where are you? You did not pick my call. You did not pick my call."
This voice am I hearing?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Why are you treating me like this?
Overprotective.
Oh my God. Okay,
goodness.
yes.
It's also
yes.
because of past experience.
True
So they're
though.
trying to be on their guard.
yes,
like,
yes.
I'm not gonna let this one go.
Yeah, but the baseline is Respect, submission,
Yeah.
especially respect should be a two-way street. You guys should respect each other
Yeah, I
because
think respect should be two-way street. Submission from the female, love from the man.
Mm,
Submission
okay. I don't want to be
Yes.
called feminist. I am semi-feminist. I don't want to be called feminist.
Yeah, not like
so
semi- you are
that
feminist,
they will not
yeah.
say that is this and I said on the Diptinker that submission should be two-way streets. But
Can never be two-way.
so that's why I
The
said
Bible said, "Man, love your wife."
what she
Woman,
said.
There's a very striking thing with how they say it in the Bible.
Yeah.
They talk about how that the man submits to Christ,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They call the man they call Christ the bridegroom.
I don't want to say
Yes.
something because it will lead us away from our question.
No.
What if the man is not a Christian? He says the man submits to Christ. So who is now submitting to?
Light and darkness can never. They can never.
Why do you
What if
enter in the
it's
first
not-
place?
That's what I'm saying.
For some people do it. Okay,
That's what I'm
this is not our
saying.
debate.
Light and darkness will never
Okay, now
coexist.
let's
That's
just-
it.
Since
Finish.
you've talked about this, but now how can we deal with it? Like, what are we putting out to those people listening to us? Like,
Okay.
in case of maybe there's somebody out there that is listening to us that is actually skeptical about going to a relationship, the person is getting older, or the person is not even about age, but like the person there's this, it's not a normal
Feeling of-
thing, it's not a normal
yes.
response.
Yes.
It's not like, okay, I'm not yet ready. It's not like, okay, this person is not serious. You're actually seeing serious people, but because something like from trauma, background, uncertainty, those trust issues because of those. So what are we saying to them? How can
Okay.
they deal with it?
So
Daisy,
that's how-
I want to
Okay,
hear from Daisy first. What?
First things first. If you are in a relationship that you think is not committed enough for you, I feel like communicate with your partner. It's very important. Like you guys should talk. Talk, very important. I was talking with somebody, I think it was even today, and the person I asked the person the question. I said, what do you think about two persons dating and one person is feeling like, oh, I'm the only one giving everything. Should the person
Yes.
just ghost?
That applies
Should
to
the person just ghost? And I was like, no, communicate first. I'm like, okay, what if you are communicating and the other person doesn't want to listen to what you are saying? Because trust me, there are a lot of people in this particular situation. They keep saying this thing like, I'm not feeling the vibe from you. I feel like I'm just the one putting the whole effort. Like, what's going on? And the communication gap there is bridged. Like, you guys should just try and fill up that gap, because if you don't say what's on your mind, I won't know. I'm not a psychic. I will not know. So you have to be able to talk with each other. You have to be able to know what's on each other's mind. And secondly, the gift of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, I tell people, he's a teacher. He's not just a teacher. Ha, God. Let me not speak in tongues. Let's not. Okay. The Holy Spirit will teach you. Before now, I'm saying this for people that have not even gotten into any. He mentioned something about discernment earlier. You'll be able to discern what is right for you at a particular point in your life when you're ready for it. So that don't joke with the Holy Spirit.
Sure.
Don't
Disclaimer.
don't please don't. So that's coming from me.
Okay. So what is it called?
Okay.
When we were talking about communication problem,
Yes.
something just came to my mind. It may even be that communication problem is like a response of someone that is scared, like having that fear of commitment, but now he's already in that kind of relationship. But his response to that fear, he has not dealt with that fear. That fear is still lingering one place in his heart, right? A response that he now give, like the way he responds to that fear is that he just limits his communication. He doesn't want to talk more. He doesn't want to give himself too much, so that in case anything happens, he will know that he did not lose. You will know that I not give my total all into this. So it means that you actually have to deal with that
Yes.
fear before
Why are you not
enter.
there? Deal with it.
You have to deal with it before
Cry.
you
If
enter.
you have been in a trauma before, maybe your past relationship was not making sense. Cry it. Cry. Like cry it out, because if you don't deal with your trauma, it will come back to haunt you.
Yeah,
That's the truth. You cannot say you cannot just tie it in a bag and keep it somewhere. No. You have to deal with it. If it takes you months, let it be. Heal from it. I tell people, I have this friend of mine that recently got heartbroken, and he was telling me he doesn't know how to get into a new relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it so?
No, I just wanted to be sure why.
Okay, yeah, he's a guy.
but
So,
guys, I do open up on those kind of
yeah,
things.
he's really close to me. So he told me something. He said he feels like he cannot, get committed again. And I told him, cry, because it's fresh. you will remember, you will cry. Girl, it's so cry. That's it. So try and heal. If you're from a background
Say
that
cry.
yes, if you're from a background that you found your parents beating each other, or you found there was always incessant fights and everything, try to if you need to talk to somebody because you cannot be in a relationship and project on the
Yeah,
other person.
projecting
Yes,
your
don't
feelings,
project your fears.
projecting your
It's
anger,
unfair.
projecting
Is the truth.
That's true.
everything.
It's
Yeah.
very unfair. Don't project your fears. Don't
Very
project your
valid.
if you've healed from it, you will have the boldness and the courage, and even you will feel happier when you get into that relationship and you tell the person, "Oh, this is what I suffered before, but I'm free now." So
But
that's
I'm
it.
free now.
So you have to
Love yoga.
you have to be able to heal from your traumas, your I don't know, insecurities. You have to heal from them because trust me, you know if you project, so if you meet some kind of you're not gonna project. So yes, that's it for me.
So what do you think? How do people deal with this fear? Like before entering, this fear is there. How do they deal with it?
Okay, so I'm going to answer according to the points that
Okay.
I stated. So and she has done also.
Thank you. That's it.
So for traumas, I think Dorcas, I mean, she has Daisy, sorry.
Oh
has-
my God.
No!
What's your name again?
Don't do that.
Okay, so she has done justice to that trauma part. They have
Yeah.
to heal.
Yes, it's very
Another thing I would
important.
like to add to that is that they have to really get healing from God.
Mhm.
And sometimes, have you tried comforting somebody who's heartbroken?
You're uncomfortable.
Sometimes your human
want to say?
your human efforts.
How do you want to put it?
Your human efforts.
Sorry, been
does-
there.
It's
I
not
may not have
enough.
been there.
Your human efforts is not
Yes.
enough. It's important that you
Yes.
have a good relationship with God.
Mm.
Prayer is one of the sweetest things that I came to experience as a Christian after giving my life to
Yes.
Christ. Somebody I can talk to for real, for real. Sometimes I can just sit and just say, this thing, do I'm feeling? I don't even know why I'm feeling like this. I'm talking about in the general thing. After
Yeah.
a day and you are stressed out and all. So when you are feeling that way, you have hurts, you have traumas. Talk, talk to God. In short, sometimes when you talk to people, some of them might give you wrong advices.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Some of them will not even give you, and there are different ways to deal with trauma. So coming to God lets him to. He said, "Who is not touched with the feelings of our
Yes,
infirmities?"
premises, yes.
So we have such an high
Who is
priest.
touched?
Yes, who is touched. So he knows how the thing is doing you. So you get to talk
Oh, you're
with God.
surprised. God knows how heartbreak treats you. He treats you, you know.
So you have to even cry your cry. That cry is like you are releasing
Pent
a
up
lot of
emotions.
things. You
Yes.
talk to God,
Yes.
and God begins to teach you love. You understand? He begins to teach you. Some persons, no matter how they get to sit with therapists for this kind of stuff, they cannot really. What has to heal them is the experience of the love of God. And you find some of them in the bid to get love, they will not get into another. They are finding something. That thing they are finding, they cannot get it in the world. They have to get it in God.
Thank God.
So they need to get that healing from their relationship with God too. Again, another thing is that you have to talk with persons like you said. Dorcas has said a lot. Why am I calling you Dorcas?
I even forgot your name right now.
Daisy.
Daisy.
Maybe because
I
you
think
are
what she look like
aggressive.
Dorcas in herself.
I look like it for a lot. It's okay.
So Daisy did justice to that. So another thing
Yes.
is let me talk about the part of fear of responsibility. They need to trust God. Why I'm saying that is that I found some buoyant guys who don't want to get married.
Yeah. Yes, I know one.
So the thing is that they have to trust. A couple that got married in my church, I love my pastor. Let me not shout out right now. So when he was giving his Thanksgiving, he said that he was not having the money to go into marriage to do the wedding. He was not having enough, so he thought he would do it maybe some years later. But it was pastor that pushed him. So sometimes commitment takes courage.
Yes.
Of course.
It takes trust.
Yes.
You don't have to have it all figured out. It takes courage. It seriously takes courage. So you need trust. You need to know that God is backing you up. This is something that God approves. He said it is not good, Oga, for you to be alone.
I said it earlier.
So you have to come to that point where God administers that boldness to you, courage. You have to now trust God that this is going to work out. Whether you have the full resources, I know some of them were saying, okay, you have to be doing something very strong, but there have been cases where the guy might not even have something very tangibly promising at hand. At least the person should be doing something. The person should be someone who's working, who's active,
Yeah, so
who has a
hey,
vision.
hey,
You understand?
very
So
important.
for that part of fear of responsibility, you need courage.
Yes,
You need trust. You need to trust in God that yes, I need to head on.
he's able.
I need to head on. Don't be afraid of how will this thing work out. You have to head on with trust from God.
Yeah. Concerning the responsibilities, but I don't.
No,
Okay.
you can. I'm not done, but you can. Go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry. Last week I attended a church for first time out, but I just went there with a friend, and the man was saying something about when him and his wife got married, and this is a disclaimer. Let me put it in front first. Have something to do before you marry, please. So the man said something. The preacher said something. He said when he got married, he was earning 10,000 naira. He was working in a school, and his wife, she's a hustler. Like, she does one job here, get 2K there, get 3K there, and then even when Jam came, she marked YX scripts. She was even part of the markers, and so they really hustled together during their early stages of marriage, and then. Even to the extent that he began to collect Obaseki's taxes, all these bus drivers, they pay tickets to him and everything. So at the end of the day, they applied for a job together in the same ministry, and they got a job, like I think 9 months after their wedding, and things suddenly turned around.
9 months after
After their wedding, yes. And when they applied the same time, they got to the same time. And if you see him today, you won't actually know that the man where they earn 10K, at the beginning of his wedding. Even it made me reflect back to one time my mom was telling me something. She said when she got married to my dad, he was just earning 15,000, and this was in the year, I think 2001, something like that. So, but if you see them today, you won't actually know that. Oh, my dad was.
Look at what they produce.
Look at me. So like he said, it's good to have something doing when you get marriage is a lot. Have you seen the price of baby food? I'm shocked on their behalf. I'm shocked on the behalf of the parents. So please have something doing, because you cannot get married and begin to fend off your parents again. That's you. That's your own home. In fact, I feel like you even doing that is washing your dirty linens out in public. So you should be able to have something doing, but you should also trust that something better is coming. Something better is coming. So that leads us to the unrealistic demands some of us make on our spouses or on our partners. You should be able to understand. It's not easy. It's not easy out there. It's not exactly. It's not easy. So we have to be able to understand if he has something doing, sister. You too, you are not handicapped.
Honestly.
You are not handicapped.
In short, it's a two-way
yes.
financial commitment.
Yes. Financial commitment is a two-way thing.
The lady
it should be a
guy
two-way
should
thing.
support themselves.
Yes. And this brings me to is little diversification here. I'm going to ask you, Rema. What do you think about women, or a man and a woman, they get married, and probably in the course of the marriage, God forbid, because we like God forbid a lot. Let me just say, God forbid, the man loses his job and then the woman becomes the head of the family. What do you think about that situation?
Okay. First of all, I don't think the woman becomes the head.
No, okay, sorry, that was the man becomes but financially.
She now becomes the breadwinner of the home.
Yeah, she's winning bread.
Okay. For me, I'm not saying that situation is an easy one, but for me, the first approach is that the man is looking for something to do.
Okay. The man should.
Yes.
Don't just
don't
stay idle.
It's when he's not looking for that there's
a problem.
But if the man is actually doing his due diligence, he's looking for something to do, he's putting his hands one, he's leaving their house, he's trying to hustle.
Or he's also supporting the lady too.
Yes, I think that is a moment of where that submission comes in. You see, because God already know that women, we are loud, we are extra in everything, right? So meaning that is why God said, no even need to put love in front for us. We should submit first. So when we get to this kind of tough times, we're able to calm down, because we first of all saw those potentials in him before we got married. We did not see a lazy man. We did not see a man that would just stay at home. We saw something in him before we got married, before we said yes to him. So it means that this is a time for encouragement. This is a time for support, right? This is a time to actually hold the family together in silence, meaning your neighbor is not knowing that you are the breadwinner,
Yeah.
right? This is the time to
Mm.
actually support the family in silence.
Mhm.
The only footnote I'll just put is that the man should be on his toe because why? Because the responsibility of a woman
Should not be
when
at
the
ease.
it should not be at ease
Don't be.
because when a woman
Yes.
handles the responsibility of a man, it's no longer a responsibility to her.
I'm
It's
telling
a
you, it's a
burden
burden.
to her.
Yes,
The
it
same
is.
thing
And
when
it's
a
a
man
reality these
handles
days.
the
Yes.
responsibility of a woman.
It's a
It's
burden.
a
Like
burden to him.
Yeah, there's a reason why a man doesn't get pregnant.
Yes.
Mm.
So you can't do so it's not my responsibility. It's just that I'm supporting you,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
I am
Yes.
helping you to meet with end. That I said I'm a helpmeet, right?
Yes.
To meet with that end, but don't be comfortable. That is
Yes.
where the
Yes,
issue
it
comes.
That's
is.
yes.
Don't be comfortable. Don't
be.
stay on that line.
Don't be.
If you search for a job you did not see,
Keep
become
continue.
self-employed.
Yes.
Look for something you can do with your own hands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that is what I was just
And
saying
to
on
add to
that.
what, we're not making this a financial thing, but yeah,
Yes.
to add to what she said, I watched something one time where a couple was talking, and the lady mentioned something. She said, "If you marry just for money, you might not see the money." That's what she said. She said you might get in there and you'll be shocked because things like this can come up. The man can
Yes.
suddenly lose the container can fall on the IC.
Yeah, and it's not
Yes,
his fault.
it's not his fault. Also, natural disasters can happen. He
Yes.
can be laid off. He can be retrenched. So financial, this thing, stop making unrealistic demands. Like try to, even though some of us we used to claim gold digger now, but
Which is why both parties should actually be active.
yes,
Yes,
very important. Yes,
and the support
yes.
the woman gives to that man at that stage, like one, it cements the love, and two, you push the reasonable men, you push them
Push
to
the
actually
reasonable men.
do
Reasonable.
better.
In short, the
If you
responsible
push them
men
to-
will be uncomfortable.
Yes, if you push them
of
to
course.
do better,
Yes,
and when they
yes,
hit
yes.
it better, that family also sweet.
Yes,
like
yes.
Okay,
So,
so I
Pastor,
like
anything to add?
I was actually going to go back to the points where
okay,
before you
dealing
came
with
in. Yeah.
Okay,
So, as regards
background.
yeah, no, we're talking about
The trauma.
yeah,
You learn from
trauma
trauma,
to
then you got to
uncertainties.
uncertainty. Yes.
Okay, yes, uncertainties. That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about now. So, where the person is not sure if this person is the one and all this kind of stuff. So, another thing to deal with that is identity. We talk about identity.
Yes. Okay.
Some persons are still reluctant to go into commitments because they've not really found themselves. What I mean is that they've not found purpose. They've not found what they are running for in life. And with that, it slows down even when they are supposed to be at a stage where they should go into a relationship because they've not found themselves. It makes them uncertain. Is this the person? When you know yourself, you already know who you want to run with.
Of course. Yes.
So when you see who you want to run with, you'll not be second guessing. Is this the person or
Yeah,
where
this
are
person
you?
aligning,
Where are
yes.
you going
Where are you
to?
going to? Yes.
I watched a video online recently, and the guy was talking about his conversation with God. I was going to the bathroom, and he carried water. He said when he was still very humble, so there was no shower, so he was carrying his bucket of water into the bathroom. And I was like, "Why are you carrying a bucket of water there?" He was like, "Because I need the buckets to bathe,
take a bath,
to carry my
yeah.
water there." Like,
Yes.
why do you not carry your laptop? Like laptop is expensive, it's sleek. So why not you carry your laptop? It has more value, financial.
Yes.
So it was like, no, because this is what I need at this point.
Yeah.
So when he was going out, and he went to a shop, he carried his wallet. I'm just trying to paraphrase the story.
Yeah.
And God was like, okay, why did you not carry the bucket of water? I was just like, I'm done with it. I'm going for a different purpose now. I want to pay for something. So what God highlighted to him there is that you carry along. How you determine what you carry along is what you are going to do.
To do. Yes.
You understand?
Purpose,
You see, at that
yes.
point, so when God asks, okay, why do you not carry laptop? Because so we don't have to carry things that are necessarily because the person looks so promising, expensive, nice, fine. You'd ask yourself, where am I heading to? What do I need?
This person
You understand?
is
So
suitable.
so to deal with those uncertainties, sometimes you need to know who you
Who you
are.
are first.
You
So
understand? You
your
need to
identity.
find purpose.
Yes.
You need to be able to say that. Because when you now do that, the funny thing is that when you now discover who you are, you start finding your
Your likeness.
partner. Yes,
Yes.
you start finding it. I don't remember which writer said it's an author. He said when you start focusing on blue, when you start focusing on the color blue, not long you start seeing blue everywhere you go. You start seeing blue everywhere you go because you now have a focus. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you now know who you are, you start seeing your compliments. You start seeing your helpmates, your bone of your bone. You
Flesh of the
understand?
flesh,
Yes.
the muscle of your muscle. I love muscles.
So it's not even the good problem will not even be that you are trying to decide. That's when you now take the case to God. Okay,
Yes.
not that you are now confused. I don't even know if this is the person or if I should now go inside this thing.
Yeah,
Understand? So
maybe I can
identity and
Ah.
that's the word
Oh
of
my
the Lord
God.
for you.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, seriously,
okay.
though.
Thank you guys. Like the
You're
episode
welcome.
was really a wow.
I had fun.
So I will just contribute this. We say what they have said. Please just take note of them, right? For you heal from your past,
Very
from
important.
whatever is holding you back, you heal from it. And if it's not even an issue of healing, if it's an issue of identity, go back. Like he said, and every one of us here agrees, you cannot actually know who you are outside of God. Like to know exactly who you are, you need to find it in God
True.
because that is where purpose is like
It's
unveiled.
birthed,
Yes, that is
yes.
where it's better. Thank you. So we talked about healing, we talked about knowing your identity.
Yeah.
Then if it's about character issue, you have to bring yourself to submit to a man. We're not saying to love a man, to submit, like fight that notion of feminism. Fight some of you don't even call yourself feminist, but the ideology, something I think I also have this kind of like ideology. Thank God for Christ. Thank God for Christ.
and also the men, make it easy to submit.
Yes.
Please.
That is
Yes,
another thing.
make it easy
yes.
to submit.
Explain.
Oh my God. Okay. This is a hot seat now.
Oh yeah, you put me on right back at you.
Okay, so how do I put this? When a woman is submissive, they tend to say the men try to make them feel less of themselves.
Yeah.
As a man, you see a woman that is ready to do anything for you, ready to submit to you, ready to be with you no matter what. And I don't want to use the word ungrateful, but sometimes it is. It is. Don't make her feel like what she's doing, she doesn't have sense.
Yes, don't make her feel stupid.
Yes, don't
with
make
her
her feel
submission.
stupid about the submission thing. Make it easy for her to submit because it's easier to submit to somebody that values it. It's easier because
Yeah.
it's like when you give somebody something and you expect the person to say thank you. If you don't say thank you, somebody says something, I think gratitude brings more, something like that in that
Yes.
phrase.
Yeah.
When it's like when if you give somebody something, if you
Yeah.
give somebody 1,000 naira in this economy, you should at least, even if you say, "Oh, don't mention," you really need it. It's nice. You feel better,
Yeah.
right? You feel better. So you can say don't mention, but you know that it was nice coming from the person.
Yes.
So make it easy. Appreciate it.
Yes, appreciate it.
Appreciate it because good things are meant to be valued.
Yes.
That's it. So
So
I want to say
I'll-
something.
I've left the
okay.
hot seat.
Oh, yeah. I'm bringing you back in.
Okay.
You know, you said make it easy to submit, right? And you're like, when the person is submissive, the man should be cooperating with the whole submission.
Did I
I'm
make
just
a-
trying to. No, you didn't say
okay.
cooperating, but let's bring it out two ways.
Okay.
The man is meant to love, right?
Yeah,
How about
of
when
course.
the lady is not making it easy for him to love? The reason why I'm saying this is
Explain
because
further.
I think this topic will be for another.
no, she's bringing condition. No. Why I'm saying this is because
Oh my goodness.
some of the things that what we're meant to do in commitment, in relationship, in marriage, and sometimes we have to do them selflessly.
Oh, okay.
For
Sacrifice.
instance, in love, if I'm meant to love my wife only on good conditions, only when she's proving herself to be lovable,
Yeah.
then I'm not really showing love.
Yes.
Sometimes the man might not be making it easy for the
Okay.
woman to submit. And she not say, you self, they try. I'm not submitting to you.
Okay.
But so-
That is not submission.
Yes. When your submission is now with condition, if you do like this, that's when if you don't, no, I will give you hot. The truth is that God, who is infinite in wisdom, has told us that you submit, you love. It's in that some men, I've seen situations where their hardness have been broken down by the submission of the woman.
women. Yeah.
And it did not happen immediately. So what if she now goes to her mind? Yeah, beg, it's not making this thing easy for me. So what I just wanted to add is that it's not something that say love is unconditional. You understand? So same thing with submission.
Submission.
You understand? To an extent. You understand? If you now start saying, I want to submit only on the basis that this man makes it easy for me. Now, God has put that in place because the result of that is also to bring something good. You understand? So sometimes you have to submit in sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Understand?
Can you?
love is sacrifice. Love is sacrifice.
Love is sacrifice. Yes. Okay.
Submission to is sacrifice.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yes. As I like where you are going.
Let's
Because
us.
Daisy looks like she wants to vomit.
Let us talk about case scenario, domestic violence. What?
Good. That's why I said to an extent, and that's
Okay.
why what.
We didn't want the lady to sacrifice. What would she sacrifice? I like.
Yeah, wait, no, wait. That's why the word in the Bible is love is not conditional, not submission is.
But you just said it's unconditional.
No, wait,
Okay,
let
so
me
you're still
clarify.
putting caveat on that unconditional submission.
I just have to point that the submission should not come on terms and okay, if you don't make it easy for me, I would not submit.
But he's not making it easy for her in a domestic
So in
violence
that domestic
situation.
violence, of
Okay.
course.
She should submit.
see,
No, wait.
In domestic violence, now there's no love.
Okay, let's not even talk about DV too far. Let's talk about let me see, absence of love. Maybe he lost love for her and then just living in co-companionship. You are there, I'm there. There's nothing like no, I'm no longer attracted to you or something because since DV is too
So
far.
in that case, should the lady now pull from being submitted to the bed?
She
I'm talking about
should
marriage.
still be-
Or we're talking
yes,
about just
marriage.
relationship.
Let's talk about marriage first. Let's
No.
go.
We have now debated marriage.
Okay, he wants to use that card. That's we're not talking about marriage.
Okay, do you know what?
Okay.
To settle this cause.
Mhm.
Oh,
We want
have
to
an
have
episode.
We must have an episode too.
Marriage.
We're coming back.
We're coming back, you guys.
Thank you guys for staying with us. Like I told you that you're ready for a ride.
We're coming
Thank
back.
you so much. And expect an episode 2.
The
Yeah.
relationship thing is always a long thing.
It's always a long thing. I'm coming for him.
Okay.
I'm coming
The
prepared.
nutshell is come out from the fear of commitment
Sure.
when you know you're
please.
ready
Yes.
in that matured state
Yes.
and
Heal, please.
Yes,
you guys,
heal. and go back to the Holy Spirit to help you do
Yeah.
it. In fact, to do life, to do anything that has to be forever, you need the Holy Spirit
Mhm.
so that you don't make
Mistakes. You
Yes.
can't make mistakes, please.
Thank you so much.